Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse, the very, very happy Knicks-Verse. This has been an awesome start to my Saturday. I woke up, got to enjoy my coffee while watching the New York Knicks battle the Brooklyn Nets. You know, it was a good game. It was a fun game to watch. The Knicks pulled it out in the end, and it was beautiful to watch this team be able to win and prosper while their MVP candidate Jalen Brunson struggles. That's right, he struggled today, but it didn't matter because two guys, actually more than just two guys, but those two there in right there, Deuce and Donte, they put on a show today, outstanding, and Donte caught fire in the fourth quarter to help Knicks pull away because the game was actually tied at the end of the third quarter because of two crazy buzzer beaters. That's right. At the end of the half, they hit a buzzer beater, and at the end of the third quarter, another buzzer beater. And the Knicks went. I think they were tied at the end of the third quarter, but it didn't matter. That fourth quarter was what it was all about. And I actually was a little concerned because the team looked a little tired, a little fatigued. The efficiency wasn't quite there, but the defense was there. And in the end, I mean, I heard that the team didn't get into New York back from Denver till really late yesterday. So. And then they had a day game today. I believe, I don't know why, but maybe it was because of March Madness or whatever. But I got highlights for you. I got all kinds of stuff for you. Let's get into it right now. Let's go. Here we go, 105-93, and that guy is smiling because he played a fantastic game. Like I said before, 13 points in the fourth quarter, but 31 points in the game for Mr. Donte Divincenzo. His efficiency had been lagging as of late for the past about 10 games or so, and today, he totally soared. He was 12 of 24, which is good because inside the arc is where he had been struggling. He was actually 8 of 11. Inside the arc. He did struggle from three. He was only 4 of 13, but those 4 buckets he hit were big, and those came, I believe, in the fourth quarter, or at least 2 of them came in the fourth quarter for his 13 points. Beautiful. But Deuce McBride, you cannot sing enough of his praises. Let me show you this, guys. So this is basically towards the end of the game. They showed this stat. Obviously, there were still 2 minutes left because Deuce played all 48 tonight. So Deuce took the role of Josh Hart tonight to play all 48. Crazy to think. And Donte, 39 minutes at that point. I think he finished, almost 41 minutes himself. Donte finished with 31 points, and Deuce finished with 26 points tonight. Deuce shot 6 of 12 from the three-point line. I have fibs talking about Deuce, which should be a lot of fun. Actually, let's get to that right now. Let's go for it. Here we go.
Well rested.
He was just asked.
No.
About Deuce's minutes.
The thing is, there's nothing that you don't love about Deuce. And from the moment we drafted him, and even when he wasn't playing, that tells you a lot. Because the way he worked, a guy's work ethic is a big part of it too, his drive. So he had that, I think the toughness. The guy was a big-time football player. Those guys are tough guys. And he's strong. He's got great feet. He's got great anticipation. He doesn't quit on a play. So the defense has been there from day one. And then I think the offense was always pretty good. He's always been a scorer. But he's gotten to the point where he's just a knockdown shooter now. Like, you cannot leave him open. And the numbers bear it out, whether it's practice or games. And so it's a credit to him. He's in phenomenal shape. He stays in phenomenal shape. He takes care of himself. So I think he has the ability to do it. Well, he's well rested.
All right. And then check this out. Look at this. They showed it at the beginning of the game. They showed this in the last 11 games, not including today's game, and 4 of those are starts. He is shooting 44% from the three-point line. If you leave him wide open, he will knock down that three-point shot. Tonight, he put up 12 three-point attempts, just one less than Donte, who was one of the leading three-point shot attempters in the game. I don't even know if that's a term, but he put up 12, connected on 6 of them. By far the most efficient three-point shooter on the team at the moment. Excuse me. And the beautiful thing about him is, like Thib said, he always kept himself ready even when he wasn't playing. Great attitude. I love this guy so much. We are lucky to have him on the team. And he's giving us what we were missing from IQ. From his absence. I know a lot of people are comparing him to Grimes. I don't really understand that comparison. But this I understand in terms of big shot making when needed and providing excellent defense. Even today when he got burned a couple times by one of the Nets, maybe I think he was guarding Mikal. Even when he got burned, he would be annoyed with himself, and that's the kind of passion and intensity you want from a guy. Beautiful, beautiful, great fit for Thibodeau's system. Of course, he loves him. Everybody loves Deuce. Well, everyone who loves the Knicks loves Deuce. All right, let's get back to this. So as I mentioned, Donte, 31.6 rebounds, 5 assists. Definitely the co-star of the game, along with Mr. Deuce McBride. The reason I put this up there is because of the 0 turnovers. That I did not even realize that until I looked at this Knicks Muse tweet. Mind-blowing to think that this guy who has the ball in his hands pretty, often, obviously not as much when he's sharing the court with Brunson, but the fact that no turnovers, his efficiency is just skyrocketing right now. But cannot talk less about Isaiah Hartenstein. Fantastic game for him. In his 26 minutes, he was 8 of 10 from the field, shot 80%, picked up 9 rebounds, 4 steals, and 2 blocks for the man. And he got 17 points. He was a plus 13, but in that fourth quarter, when the game was hanging in the balance at the beginning of that fourth quarter, not only did Donte Divincenzo give us 13 points, but the second high scorer in that quarter was Isaiah Hartenstein with 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting in that fourth quarter. Outstanding game for him. Now we'll look at the standings here. Remember, I do have highlights for you. Maybe I'll jump to the highlights after I talk about this stuff here. Right now, the Knicks are statistically tied with the Orlando Magic. However, they own the tiebreaker. We're 1-3 against the Magic, so we would have to finish with a better record to finish ahead of Orlando. But 4th or 5th, that's not really where we want to be. We want to get up to that 3rd spot. And look at us, we're only 1 game back from 3rd of Cleveland. Now, if you look at today, the Magic play today. They host the Kings. The Kings are good. Let's say the Kings pull off this win. Right, so then that means the Knicks will be solely in 4th place, and the Magic will drop to 14.5 games back. We'll stay at 14 games. And then the Cleveland Cavaliers play tomorrow. They are at Miami tomorrow. So that's a battle. Miami's trying to get out of that play-in situation, so they're going to try and put their best foot forward. And let's say they pull off that win and the Cavs lose. The Knicks will be basically, they will be a half game out of 3rd. Then when we move to Monday, because the Cavs have a back-to-back, they will host the Charlotte Hornets, who are, I believe, the worst team now in the East with a 17-52 record. I'm not going to hold my breath that they're going to win that game, but let's say, I'm not going to hold my record. Let's say the Cavs split the back-to-backs, though, that's a lot to ask for. They're playing in Miami. They got to get on a plane, go back to Cleveland, and they're going to host the Hornets. There is a chance that they drop that game, but let's say it's a split. So their record will be 44-28. And if the Knicks pull off the win, we're playing against Detroit. Actually, no, Detroit has the worst record. Sorry, 12-58. I'm not even concerned about who's worse. But anyway, I'm looking at these. So the Knicks will be 43-28. The Cavs will be 44-28. Will only be a half game out of 3rd place. But let's move a little. And then Orlando, they play next after today. God, they get another extra day off. Who do they host? When do they play next? Did I overlook something here? The Magic. No. Wow, they get some extra days off. Wonder why. They're going to host the Warriors on Wednesday. The Warriors have been struggling, but mostly it's at home. They focus more on the road, so maybe the Knicks can pick up a win on Wednesday against the Raptors, and the Warriors defeat Magic, and the Knicks. Oh, the Cavaliers, they go to Charlotte to play. Anyway, the schedule is going to be a little bit interesting coming in the next few days, but it's possible that by next weekend, the Knicks are tied for third place. And when we look at here, these are the next 5 games for the Knicks. So on Monday, we have the Pistons at home. Then they travel to Toronto on Wednesday to play the Raptors, who are, IQ's been hurt. RJ is, he's not playing at the moment. And then we got the San Antonio Spurs. Ooh, the Knicks go out to San Antonio. Wow. So that's a weird little road trip. But then we come all the way back home to battle the OKC, and then we go to Miami. These are an interesting next few games. The Knicks should be able to sweep those first 3, and I'm hoping that we get one of those 2. So maybe the Knicks in the next 5 games go 4-1, which would bring their record to 46-29, which probably will be good enough. So by April 2nd, there is a chance the Knicks are firmly in third place. All right, you know what? Let's get to the highlights. Let's go. All right, the game started off interestingly. I mean, it was definitely an interesting game from the start. The first quarter, we saw some decent scoring. Unfortunately, the Knicks gave up 30 points to the Nets, 30-28. And Brunson, he hit his first 2 3-point shot attempts and then struggled for pretty much the rest of the way. He finished from the 3-point line. He did hit one of 2 the next time. So he only shot 3 of 4 from the 3-point line, which is really only in terms of attempts. He was really impactful from the 3-point line. However, inside the arc, he shot 4 of 20. He shot 25% inside the arc. Overall for the night, he shot 29.2%. Jalen Brunson struggled today, but he did pick up 8 assists, 17 points, and was a plus 12 in his 32, almost 33 minutes of play. Here we go. Is that Schroeder? Yeah. He's Schroeder. He finished in that first quarter. He started. He's the starting point guard now for them. Not that impactful. I mean, nobody. You know what it was? They just had balanced scoring. They shot 12 of 22 overall, 4 of 7 from the 3-point line, picked up 10 rebounds and 10 assists for their 30 points in that first quarter. But the Knicks were right there with them. 6 of 10 from the 3-point line for the Knicks. And that was Miles Deuce McBride hitting all 3 of his 3-point attempts, and Brunson hitting his 2 attempts. Donte contributed 1 of 2 during that first quarter. And Deuce played, I told you, he played the entire game. Unbelievable. Interesting to note that, as it says on there, Precious, and I told him to spell his name, apology. Precious nor Bojan played in the second half. And it's easy to see why, because they were just not effective when they were on the floor. Precious was, in his 7.5 minutes, 0 for 2. He did pick up 3 rebounds, but he was a -9. And I believe he was the only minus player today. Bojan, in his 7 minutes, he was 1 of 2, but the man just plays terrible defense. Just atrocious defense. Alec Burks got some extended time tonight. He looked like there was a moment there where the Knicks were struggling to score, especially in that second quarter. Ooh, look at that. Nice. Deuce from the corner. Brunson missed that, but look at Donte coming up. Brunson was just off tonight. I think the fatigue, the travel, the minutes, the workload has caught up to him. Remember, he had almost 3 40-plus games in a row. The third one was, I think he finished with 34 points. Yeah, he had 45 points at Portland, 42 at Sacramento, and then 34 at Golden State. And then, then he played those 34 minutes to Denver. 26 points for him then. So I think the minutes load may have caught up to him a bit, and give credit to the Nets for putting some length on him. Mikal Bridges was guarding him often, who obviously he knows Jalen's game fairly well, but we've seen Brunson still be able to eventually take advantage of Bridges, but tonight wasn't that night. Didn't need to, because he had guys like that hitting shots from the outside. Beautiful right there. I think they're going to show the buzzer beater at the end of the half here. That one hurt. Here comes Donte. taking it down. Look at that. High off the glass. I don't understand how there was no foul called. And here comes, boom. 62-footer. Nothing but net. So the Knicks went down 57-56 in that first half. Then the third quarter picked up. Let me get to those third quarter stats. See them here. The New York Knicks, they held the net. I mean, the defensive intensity just stepped up. Net shot 3 of 11 from the three-point line. Committed 4 turnovers. Only 20 points for them. Knicks only went to the free throw line once in that third quarter, and that was Isaiah Hartenstein on an and one. He did not complete it. It's here. Okay, here we go. Trying to watch this. Cam Thomas, pretty absent tonight. Pretty absent today, considering what a spark plug he is in terms of scoring. Oh, look at Deuce. I mean, he is just on fire right now. And some of these times he's not even open. That was a big bucket that Jalen hit right there. Even though Clyde said it was a bad shot attempt, I think he just needed to be able to just let it fly without someone like harassing him. Here we go. That was a tough one. At the end, right at the end of that third quarter, see? So there was a tie score, 80-all. And then they hit the first 3, and at this point, I believe that the Nets do not score a field goal for the next 6 minutes. And that's when the Knicks just pulled away, because the Knicks did score. And Donte Divincenzo, he started off the fourth quarter, he scored 10 points in a row in that fourth quarter. And that's, boom, there we go. That was his, I think, 11th point. Look at this ball movement. Look at the patience. Beautifully executed. Like I mentioned, Isaiah Hartenstein was a big contributor to us dominating in that fourth quarter. And here comes Deuce once again off of a Josh Hart hustle play. Josh Hart, he did struggle today shooting. He was 0 for 3 from the three-point line. But look, when he gets that ball and just runs, the grab and go, the one-man fast break, excellent. He pulled it off a couple times tonight. He was 3 of 5 inside the arc, picked up 13 rebounds, and 5 assists for Josh Hart. So 5 assists for Donte, 5 assists for Josh Hart, 8 assists for Brunson. Nice ball distribution throughout from the Nova boys. The Knicks finished with 25 assists for the day, which is too shy of what you normally like, but look, the Knicks only shot 43.3% overall. They were 42 of 97. And somehow, when they're missing shots, free throws, they were only 6 of 12 from the free throw line. That, to me, screams of a bit of fatigue. Let's see. Oh, we're back to the beginning. All right, let's get to the stats. So look at those. I think 4-1 is very possible. Very possible. Hey, look, if we get OG back sometime here, so this is in a little over a week from now. Let's say OG can return March 31st for that OKC game. We could really use him then. They're a tall team. We could really use him. Let's say he comes back. We pull that one off. Go down to Miami. Take care of business there. The Knicks could go 5-0 in this next 5 stretch here. All right. Isaiah Hartenstein, 17 points. Brunson, 17 points. 4 starters with double digits. Josh Hart was the only one in single digits, but his hustle was tremendous. His rebounding was outstanding. Even when he makes a mistake, makes a blunder, and Clyde mentioned in the broadcast, he gets it back on the defensive end. Love that in a player. As you can see here, Precious 0 points today in his 7 minutes. Bojan hit his one of his only make was a 3-point shot. It was a good one. But man, his defense is just, it makes it hard to leave him out there. Sims, no points for him tonight, but did pick up 7 boards in his 18 minutes, and he was needed. His minutes were needed tonight. And then Burks, 15 minutes but look what he did, Burks. He gets an opportunity, right? Because he showed something in that first half. So he gets an opportunity in that second half, comes up with 2 of 9. 1 of 5 from the 3-point line. And some of them are crazy shot attempts that you should never even be attempting. I'll tell you, it's going to be hard once Randall and Mitch return and we get into the playoffs, between Precious, because there's no way Deuce is coming out of this rotation at this point. I mean, you saw Thibs talking about him. How is he going to take him off? There's no way. So Precious, Burks, and Bojan, those three, when OG, Randall, and Mitch return, those three, they might be out of the rotation. Now, I'll say this. When I say out of the rotation, I just mean they won't be a standard situation. It'll be situational. Let's say, for example, Bojan does have another 12 games left in this season to show that he can score. And he has. Maybe he catches fire, he gets his 3-point shot back. If he starts shooting at, 45% clip again from the 3-point line, as he was doing for Detroit before he came over to the Knicks, and then right before that last month before the trade, and similar for Burks. But I have a feeling Bojan has a better chance of getting minutes during the playoffs because he's had that kind of experience before and he's delivered. So let's see. It's possible, but I don't think it's a guarantee. And even Precious, man. Now, here's one thing. Randall, when he returns, I don't think he's going to be averaging like 30, 32 minutes per game. I think Thibs is going to try to keep him under that, maybe around 28 minutes a game. So that's an additional 20 minutes at the power forward spot that's going to have to be filled. So that I can see where Precious will get some minutes because he gives you the rebounding, he gives you defense, even when he's not, he's not shooting. When he's not hitting a bucket from the outside, he still gives you the defense. It's like if we could just mash Achua and Bogdanovich together, we'd have a great backup for right here for Randall. So it's going to be interesting how this works out. I do think, though, what has proven here is that Miles Deuce McBride will be a permanent fixture in the rotation moving forward and deep into the playoffs. And when I say deep, because we are going to go deep in this playoffs. All right, the plus minus, as I mentioned, the only minus player was Precious Achiuwa here with a -9. So maybe he's also suffering from some fatigue as well. But his minutes have been cut down as of late. So not sure. He's got to get it together for sure. The Brooklyn Nets, the high scorer for them ended up being Cam Thomas, 19 points, but only 1 of 5 from the 3-point line for him. And then Cam Johnson, he was 3 of 6. For a minute there, I thought he was going to start catching fire because I know he's burned us in the past, especially back in his Phoenix Suns days. But the Knicks were able to neutralize him, get the ball out of his hands. He contributed 13 points. McBride, he got off to a sizzling hot start, but then got cold. Let's see, in that first half, McBride. I meant Bridges. Mikal Bridges in the first half. He was 4 of 7, 11 points. And then in the second half, I guess he can only come through. He was 1 of 4 from the 3-point line in that second half. 7 points for him. Here are the team comps. You can see both teams, nobody was sizzling from the 3-point line, but the Knicks, 37.5% is a nice 3-point stat line right there. 15 of 40 for them. But inside the arc, they did struggle. And mostly that was Brunson and Hart. Oh, no, not Hart. Brunson. It was mostly Brunson inside the arc that struggled. Because even Donte had a decent game inside the arc, and we needed that because he struggled in the past, unexpectedly. The Knicks doubled up the Nets in steals, 10-5. And total rebounds, of course, the Knicks dominated that. They usually do, 47-41. And also the fast break points. Knicks were a plus 13 there, 18-5. Awesome. Defensive rebounds, we own. Actually, they got they won the battle on defensive rebounds. We won the offensive rebounding battle, which is beautiful because that's what leads to extra points, second chance points. And let's see here of note, the Knicks' biggest lead was 18 at one point. And the fouls, not that many fouls committed tonight. Not that many free throws. The Nets did go to the free throw line 15 times, hit on 13 of them. So good for them. But, Brunson wasn't getting the calls. I do think maybe he just didn't have – he wasn't penetrating deep enough into the teeth of the defense to earn those foul calls. But whatever. I think he gets robbed every single time he's out there in terms of foul attempts. All right, so there we go. New York Knicks are still in the hunt to avoid the Celtics in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. They're within view of the 3rd seed, and as I outlined earlier, it looks like the Knicks, if they continue their winning ways right now and they get OG back, and who knows, maybe Mitch is back by next Sunday. Let's hope. That would be awesome. Mitch comes back against OKC to battle Chet. That'd be nice. So let's see. I believe that a week and a day from now, the Knicks will be, yes, I'm going to put it out in the universe. The Knicks will be the 3rd seed. All right. Thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe here. Share this video. I would appreciate that. And turn on the notification bell on YouTube so you know when I drop a video or go live. I'm going to try to go live a little more often. And I also want to announce that I will be hosting an event, a watch party, on April 7th. It's the Knicks versus the Bucks at the Greyhound in Glendale. I'll be putting out more information about it. It should be a lot of fun. You guys should, if you're in LA, you should stop by. It'd be great. It's going to start at 4 p.m. and it'll be great. It'll be like the first actual event I'll be having in Los Angeles. And the Greyhound's a great spot to watch games, great food, great vibes, everything. And the owner is a big Knicks fan himself. All right. I want to thank you for watching this. I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.